Everything I've got today has kind of centered around Vidalia onions, so I really do think a lot of them.
My father had grew onions back in the late 30s, early 40s.
They found out they were sweet, and they wasn't looking for a sweet onion, and they turned out to be sweet, and so people kind of picked up on it. And the more people got them, the more people liked them. They began to come back, and and call them the onions from Vidalia.
Vidalia onion is a very unique product, and it captured the imagination of the American consumer.
I've been growing onions since 1978 was the first crop I had, 79, somewhere along in there. I can't remember exactly where, but we've never had an onion crop to be the same, and we've never had the same problems year after year, but at the end of the day, it all adds up to the same thing.
My father taught my granddad into growing that first 5 acres back in '82, and he sold those, and they grew a couple more the next year. So that's kind of how we grew to the size we are.
Every year we get a better onion, and a better tasting onion, and we're planting more to the acres. We handle probably about 12,000 acres each year, roughly every year, and we pump out about 5 million 40-pound units a year.
I've seen onions all my life. He let me have an acre, me and my brother, when we were just children coming through school, and we worked them. And
I was a kid in the late 70s and early 80s, and that onion was just starting to prosper, and it was just starting to get into retailers and just starting to go and really gain national attention.
We had a lot of good promoters here. The folks back with Piggly Wiggly, really pushed this onion. And then we had some growers that really got involved in the marketing end of it. So it really has picked up. It's been a big thing for the economy of this area.
When I first started growing onions, it didn't cost a lot of money to grow an acre of onions, but the production cost has grown up tremendously, and we do need a good year.
Back in the early 90s, retailers said, these onions, we love these Vidalia onions, we want to get them year round. They saw the unique value of the sweet onion category starting to be born and starting to develop.
But when the consumer buys it in the store, takes it home, all that trademark goes off of it, and all that propaganda goes off of it. When you cut it and eat it, that's your test right there. If you get them to going back buying more of them, that's when you're successful. You can sell anything one time.
We found that there was a need for people coming to Vidalia wanted to see the history of the Vidalia onion. We have lots of visitors. It's really pretty amazing to sit in my office and see the amount of visitors that we have come through.
So we were on the way to Savannah and knew this was on the way to there, so we just stopped by hoping to buy onions and see how they're grown, that kind of thing.
We're just still trying to educate the public on what a Vidalia onion is. We have a lot of followers and a lot of people that do know exactly where they're grown, exactly what season they are.
The town's very unique, and I'm very impressed that they've taken the time to build a museum and do, because I'm a history buff, so anything that gives me the history of food or anything, of course Vidalia, everybody associates that with the onion.
We do have the best onion. It's the sweetest onion. It's just the best onion that you can find.
This is all I've ever known. This field here has had onions on it for 20 years now, off and on, but it's had onions on it for 20 years.
And I've had the pleasure of growing onions all my life, and ever since I was a child, and 50 plus years of planting and growing onions, so I've seen a lot of changes.